Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Please confirm to me, guys. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Right. Good morning, guys. And again, I'm requesting to everybody. Every day, maybe I may come to the class, maybe 10 to 15 minutes delay. Then please don't mind for it. Why? Because I have back-to-back classes there. Then go outside and coming back in the sense 10 to 15 minutes of time it will take now, right? Max, I'll try to reduce the time also as much as possible. But you can come here exactly at 11:30 or 11:40. But within the time, I will start the class now. Okay. All right. And so just we started introduction part, and yesterday I given the total syllabus, what exactly the content. I'm going to start in core Java or J2SE. The total part can be understood. The total syllabus content also we are given. Some priority topics also being given there. But the point is what totally what I'm telling now. Important topics in the point of interviews, in the point of application development are given. Max 5 or 6 topics only, important topics. But to understand these 5 or 6 topics, you require awareness on all other concepts also. In all other concepts also required what their awareness can know. So all together we need to understand everything. But some outdated topics are available in Java, not required to understand. But as much as possible, if time is possible, I will discuss. If time is not possible, definitely I'll give some video support for the outdated concepts. Why? Because why we are going to do unnecessarily some time here, right? Unnecessary time, right? So I will plan for it. At least videos support for this unnecessary topics I'm going to provide. Clear? Now today we are going to start introduction content. In the introduction, what we are going to understand, what exactly the topics here we are going to understand. Observe carefully. The very first one, Java history. We are going to understand the very first topic is what there, Java history. After this, differences between Java and others. And the third one is what there, Java features. Java features. Next one is Java naming conventions. After that, Java programming format. So these are overall 5 topics which are available in introduction. Here we have to understand one by one clearly. All the points here we have to understand. Okay. All right, sir. In the introduction, today we are going to start like what there, Java history. Right, sir. Again, today regarding this topic, I'm telling to you, this is not much important in the point of interviews, in the point of application development. Today I'm taking this topic is for the sake of knowledge purpose only. Just knowledge, awareness purpose only. I'm giving this information to you. So put more concentration. Interesting, somewhat interesting, but only we have to know. Every Java developer should know how Java is available to outside. For what purpose the Java programming language was provided. All the points here we have to understand clearly. All right, now let's understand the content here. I'm asking one question to you. All of you observe carefully. I'm asking one question to you. Try to understand it. When the first version of Java was released to the outside market, any idea? And which year the very first version of the Java was introduced to the market? First of all, who has provided the Java programming language? Any idea? Sun Microsystems. Sun Microsystems is a company that has provided Java programming language. In which way Oracle database was provided by Oracle Corporation. In which way Windows operating system was provided by Microsoft. Similarly, Java is a programming language that was provided by Sun Microsystems. But when it was started, when it was provided, observe carefully. In 1996, January 23rd, in 1996, January 23rd, the first version of Java was introduced officially by Sun Microsystems. Am I right or not? January 23rd, 1996. How many years? What is the life of the Java up to now? 1996 to now. This is what the 2023. How many years? 27. Almost more than your age, I think so. Some of you may be equal to your age. Okay. All right, sir. It's okay. Fine. Leave it. In 1996, January 23rd, Sun Microsystems has provided Java in the sense when Sun Microsystems has started work to prepare programming language, when Sun Microsystems has started to prepare this new programming language, when they begin work for preparing this new programming language, that should be before 1996 or not? That should be before 1996. That's why here I'm giving clarity. Observe carefully, all of you understand it clearly. In 1991, on the time in 1991 only, Python programming language was released. Python was released in 1991 only. Understand it now? So Sun Microsystem is not having any concentration on Python. In 1991, what programming languages are available already? Think of it, C++. Think of it, C++, they are already available. But in 1991, Sun Microsystems, 1991, Python programming language was introduced. Yes, sir, got it or not? So think of it, Sun Microsystems is not having any concentration over Python by the time of introducing that programming language. They had the thought of what their C and C programming languages. Obviously, when C and C++ are available already in the market, then Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. In the sense, automatically Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It must be better than C and C++ or not? Yes, sir, got it or not? Okay. That's why, because of that reason, Sun Microsystems didn't have any comparison with the Python initially. Sun Microsystems didn't have any comparison with what their Python. Sun Microsystems has the comparison with what their C and C++ to prepare new programming language. Think of it. Okay, fine. In 1991, what is the requirement of the Sun Microsystems now? In 1991, Sun Microsystems had a requirement. Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare a new programming language. Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare a new programming language for the simple electronic consumer devices, like for the simple electronic consumer devices like cable TV switch boxes, remote controllers, and so on and so on and so on. All of you observe carefully. In 1991, Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare a new programming language, for the simple electronic consumer goods. That means Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare new programming language for creating softwares for the simple electronic consumer devices like cable TV switch boxes, remote controllers, and so on. That is the actual requirement of the Sun Microsystems. Got it or not? That is the main origin for providing programming language Java. Good. Then what some people have done? Observe carefully. For the above requirement, Sun Microsystems gathered nearly 30 members team led by James Gosling and Patrick Nathan. James Gosling and Patrick Nathan. Yes, this is right. James Gosling and Patrick Nathan. 30 members team they selected. This 30 members team led by two members. Who are the two leads for this 30 members team now? James Gosling and Patrick Nathan. So, all of you are getting it or not? And Sun Microsystems has started a project with the 30 members team called, the project name called Green. The project is what there called Green. Come again, what I said to you clearly. Initially in 1991, still we are at a 1991 year. In 1991, Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare a new programming language for creating softwares for the simple electronic consumer devices like cable TV switch boxes, remote controllers, and so on. Observe carefully. For the above requirement, Sun Microsystems gathered nearly 30 members team led by James Gosling and Patrick Norton, and Sun Microsystems has started a project with the 30 members team called Green Project. The name of this project is what there? Green Project. Okay, that's sufficient. Got it or not? So finally, they started a project. They gathered some team members. Leads are also available. That's okay, fine. Then what is the next step now? What is the next step here? Sun Microsystems wants to, all of you observe carefully. Sun Microsystems wants to analyze what exactly the features they want to see on their new programming language. Sun Microsystems wants to analyze what exactly the features they want to see on their new programming language. Finally, they identified three features. What are three features? What are the three features now? I'm going to give clarity. Now try to understand it clearly. Sun Microsystems wants to provide the following three features in their new programming language. Sun Microsystems wants to provide the following three features in their new programming language. What are the three features now? First one is a simple programming language. It should not be a complex programming language. It should be a simple programming language. Tight-coded programming language. Tight-coded programming language. Third one is architectural neutral programming language. Architectural neutral programming language. These are the three features that Sun Microsystems wants to see in their new programming language. See, before going to start preparation, first they need to have some analysis over their programming language or not. If they want to start some work, first they need to have some plan or not. So paper plan is required or not if you want to start anything. So first they had a paper plan where they have the discussion of three main features on their new programming language. What are the three main features on this new programming language? First one is a simple programming language. Next one is a tight-coded programming language. Next one is an architectural neutral programming language. These are three new features they want to see on their new programming language. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? Okay, fine. Now observe carefully after completion of this. Here we have to understand what is the meaning of simple programming language. What exactly the meaning of simple programming language? In the point of Sun Microsystems definition, what is simple programming language? What reasons they provided to make their programming language is a simple programming language? But one common point I'm telling there, one simple point I'm telling there. For example, all of you are sitting in front of me. All of you are sitting in front of me. If I go to your parents, if I ask to them, tell me something about your child, every parent they used to say one point minimum. What is that point here? My child is innocent. Even though you are too corrupted, too worst, but still your parents are saying what? My child is innocent, but you don't know how to survive in outside market. But enter outside is a totally the bad one. But my child is innocent one. But he don't know anything about it now. Got it or not? Every parent they used to say the same answer, no doubt for that. Especially mothers are used to give these words, but fathers are aware about it. What child is doing there in outside? Yes, sir. Am I right or not? Okay. Similarly, if we go to the C language provider, one company has given C programming language. Now, if you go there, if we ask to them, tell me something about your C programming language, they will say to us, C programming language is a simple programming language. If we go to C++ language provider, if we ask them, tell me something about your programming language, they used to say C++ programming language is a simple programming language. If we go to the Python provider, if we ask them, tell me something about your Python programming language, they will give information. My Python programming language is a dead simple programming language when compared with all other programming languages. Similarly, if you ask the Java vendor, Sun Microsystems, no, tell me something about your programming language, they used to say, my programming language is a very, very, very simple programming language. But as you are the person neutral, as you are the neutral person, if we get this statement from all the language provider, what we have to decide finally, which programming language is a simple programming language, what we have to decide? How can I decide that? Okay, before going to take that decision, do I have any separate criteria for checking whether a programming language is a simple or not? Do you have some separate company to evaluate the programming languages to give the announcement like this programming language is simple, this programming language is difficult? Do you have any such kind of criteria in outside? No standard company is available to give certificate like this. But how I can identify this programming language is simple, this programming language is difficult? How can I get that information there? But every programming language vendor is giving the statement, my programming language is simple, my other programming language is simple. Like this, they are giving information. But how can I trust on it? How can I get that information? Right, sir, nothing. We don't have any separate criteria to check whether a programming language is simple or difficult. We don't have any such kind of criteria in outside. But only the possibility is what there. How C is a simple, how C++ is simple, how Java is a simple, that we have to get the information from the respective language provider only. Ask to them, however C programming language is simple. C vendor will give some set of reasons. However, C++ programming language is simple. The C++ provider will give a set of reasons for it. How Python is simple, they will give another set of reasons for us. Similarly, if you ask to the Sun Microsystems now, however Java programming language, is simple, that they have to give a set of reasons or not. Now that set of reasons what they have given for saying that, say Java is a simple programming language, for the new programming language is a simple programming language, to say that point, Java has given 3 points under this simple. Java has provided 3 reasons for this is simple. Still I'm telling there, they're in a paper plan only. Still we are at 1991 only, not started implementation, just analysis. They're analyzing what this programming language, what is the meaning of simple programming language. Part of this simple programming language, they included 3 features mainly. What are the 3 features now? First one is what there, lesser execution time. If we want to make our new programming language is simple, it must take less execution time. Next one is what there? Less memory. If you want to make our programming language is a simple, our programming language must take less memory. And another, the funny reason they have given that, less power consumption. What is the relation between power and programming language? No? What is the relation for it? Even at starting point, myself also I thought like that. Later on, I came to know why they are given this particular reason. Okay, I will talk about it. Don't worry for it. But first of all, now, okay, what's the point here? I'm telling there: less execution time, less memory consumption, and the next one is what there? Less power consumption. So these are the three factors they included in their programming language. Simple. Got it or not? Now we have to understand what is the meaning of less execution time now. What is the impact of that less execution time? What we are able to get benefit by having less execution time? That points here we have to understand. One simple example. For our understanding purpose, I'm going to take one simple example. Try to understand this example clearly. Okay? Alright, sir. Now understand it clearly. All of you observe carefully. For example, one fine day, I'm watching a football match, for example. One football match I'm watching there. The match is going on between Brazil and Argentina. Both the teams are very good teams. Both are having very good players. Football match I'm watching there. Just I'm thinking about it. I want to get some kind of interest over the football match. No, just I used to watch that football matches. No, just I'm watching one fine day. But match is going on boring. So nobody is hitting the goals. The last 10 minutes of time is remaining there, but still the scores are like what they're 0-0 only. No, just it is passing the time. The players are also not much active. Getting bored. Within 10 minutes, that match is going to be finished. By the time I got a call from my friend made a call to me. Then he asked to me, what you are doing now? In casual, I said to him, just I'm watching football match. Immediately, he said to me, "Are a fool? Why you are watching that football match? Another channel. Now we are watching in ESPN, I think so. In a Star Sports channel, Star Sports 1 channel, there is a cricket match between India and Pakistan. Entire world is looking for that match only, watching that match only. You are a fool. You are watching that football match. Just change the channel and watch that cricket match. That cricket match is going on in between India and Pakistan, where the players are also very good. Pakistan were batted already. 321 runs they got in the first innings. Now Indians are started already their batting. Last over is remaining. All 49 overs are completed. 21 runs that Indians has to do in the last over. There at one side crease Dhoni, at other side crease Ishant Sharma. Two members are there. Dhoni is at batting side. Crease, right? On crease. Now everybody is hoping that Dhoni is going to hit sixes. Okay, we are waiting for that match. We are watching that match. You are a fool. You are watching this football match, the boring football match. Then I got this type of words from my friend. By getting this type of words from my friend, I'm getting some kind of interest towards that cricket match. So immediately, I want to watch that cricket match. Only last over is remaining there. Last over. Entirely in the entire scenario, the last over is a important over, right? In this type of matches. Okay. Then immediately, I've taken my remote controller. I know that Star Sports 1 channel is going on 72 channel, number 72 in my remote controller. I typed 7 and 2 on my remote controller. The moment when I typed 7 and 2, immediately the channel is not changed. It has taken some time. It has taken some time. After some time only the channel is changed. Not immediately. After some time only the channel is switched to ESPN, to what their Star Sports 1 from ESPN. When the channel is open, when Star Sports 1 channel is open, When I observe the status of that cricket match, what is going on? Man of the match presentation is going on. Match is over. Man of the match presentation is going on. India won the match. Within continuous 4 balls, 4 sixes, Mahendra Singh Dhoni brought that match to Indian side. Completed. India won that match. I think if any Pakistan student is available in my online, it may be a problem for me. Okay, anyway, just example I'm telling you. Where is the problem, sir? Where is the problem? I lost that match. I have not seen that last over even. But on time I have taken remote controller. On time I typed that number. Am I right or not? On time I checked it. But unfortunately, I have not get my channel there. It might be taken some time. After some time only, I switch it to what there, that particular channel. But where my required match is completed, I didn't have my required services. Where is the problem? Watching football match is a problematic thing for me. They're giving late intimation by my friend is a problem. Is that problem with my TV set? Or is that problem with my remote controller? Where is the problem? Yeah, the problem is with my remote controller. My remote controller, not at all the problem with me and my friend and a TV set. There's a problem with what there? My remote controller. Why the problem is with the remote controller? What happened there? When I click on 7.2 on this remote controller, immediately the channel must be changed or not, but it has taken some time. That means when I click on 7 and 2 inside my remote controller, when I click on this 7 and 2 inside my remote controller, internally a program is running. That program is executing with a delayed manner, in a slow manner. The program is not executed fastly. That program is executed slow. Because of that slow execution of that remote controller program, that the TV switching is going to be delayed. When the TV switching is delayed, channel switch is delayed, automatically less performance is going on with my remote controller. Whenever it is having less performance, whenever that remote controller is having less performance, is it possible for me to take that remote controller again and again for my requirement? Automatically, I'm not going to take that remote controller or not. When I'm not going to take that remote controller, automatically one customer, that remote controller is lost or not. There automatically customers, that business is going to be down if it is a case. So if the program inside the remote controller is executing slowly, then performance of the remote controller will be reduced. If the program is executed inside my remote controller, say for example, when I've taken remote controller, when I type 7.2 and immediately when I click on 7.2, immediately if channel is changed there, I may feel very happy. At least last 3 balls I can watch. That winning moments I can see. But unfortunately, it was not happen. It means that the software which is there inside the remote control is a slow software. It reduces the performance of our end product. So the point is what? If the execution time is less, more performance to the end product. If the execution time is more, less performance to the end product. By having this kind of thinking, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It must take less execution time for its applications. It must take less execution time for its applications. If it is less execution time, then automatically what is the performance here? No, more performance. If it is a less execution, automatically the performance level is what there? More performance here we are able to get. There's an advantage of less execution time, more performance. That's why the programming language should be what there? A simple programming language. Is that clear? All of you are getting clarity? Okay, fine, nice. Now coming to the next one, less memory consumption. Say for example, I am taking the Java classes here. All of you observe carefully. I am taking Java classes. I need computer, very good computer I require. I need to show programs, outputs here. Okay, fine. Up to core Java, it's okay. Normal setups are sufficient for me. A simple, minimal settings of my computer is sufficient. But when I discuss about this Spring Boot microservices or Spring applications or maybe advanced Java applications, database related applications, if you want to perform, if you want to prepare any of these applications, what is going to be happen there? Observe carefully. At a time I need to open my Oracle database. At a time I need to open my what their Eclipse IDE. At a time I have to open like what their Java software I have to be run. And at a time what I required here, no, Eclipse IDE is okay. Server is required, some server, WebLogic or something else, no, application server. All together at a time, if you open all of them, automatically that memory consumption will be more or not? Definitely that memory is required more or not? When multiple tools at a time, if you open there, automatically memory will be consumed more or not? Everybody understand my point here? So here, what is the point here I'm telling to you? All of you observe carefully. So I required this computer. That is my requirement. So I went to the computer shop. In the computer shop, when I go there, immediately one representative is available to me. He asked to me what computer you require. Yes, I said to him, I required for Java programming. I need a computer for my Java programming. Try to provide some quotation for it. He has taken that quotation paper, he has given the total quotation. Finally, he said to me, your total cost of the computer is only 48,000. Laptop, not computer, laptop. Total cost of your laptop is what there? 48,000 Lenovo piece. Okay, I've taken that quotation paper. There I checked it clearly. Of course, that quotation is somewhat good. Lenovo might be, what is that one, you know, i5 processor, some 10th generation they are given. Okay, no issues, no problem, it will run. Then after this, all the components are good. I observed it, but when I come to the memory size, 8 GB of RAM. Okay, no problem. Next one is what there, 256 SSD. That I'm thinking. And RAM also I'm thinking there, 8 GB of RAM is okay. For students to practice, it's okay. But for my applications execution inside the class, I need what there? I need more content or not, more memory or not. Why? Because I should not delay the program execution inside my class. And immediately I want to get the outputs. Why? Because our time is very, very important. Only for the sake of loading purpose, if we take 5 minutes of time, there is no meaning for it. So immediately I want to get outputs. So I thought of it, 8 GB of RAM is not sufficient for my requirement. Then I asked that representative, try to increase my RAM memory. You are given 8 GB of RAM, that is not sufficient for me. Please make it is 16 GB of RAM. Please make it is what there? 16 GB RAM I required for my computer. Just again I'm telling there, 16 GB RAM is required for me, not for you. For you, 8 GB of RAM is more than sufficient. Then okay, fine. He changed it in the quotation paper. He changed it from 8 GB RAM to 16 GB RAM. But finally, he said to me, cost of the computer is not 48,000. Cost of the computer is 54,000. What happened here? When memory size is increased, automatically cost of the system is increased or not? Here, indirectly, what is the point I'm telling to you? Memory is a costful. Memory is what they're costful. Memory element is costful. If more memory, more cost. Less memory, less cost. By having this kind of thinking, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It must take less memory consumption. If your programming language takes less memory, automatically less memory units are used in the end product. If less memory units are used in the end product, cost of the end product will be reduced. If more memory is required in our end product, if our programming language takes more memory, so if more memory is needed inside the end product, automatically cost of the end product will be increased. But Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. That programming language should be a simple programming language. In that programming language, it must take less memory for its execution part. Automatically, if it is a less memory, automatically less cost is going on for the end product. When less cost is identified for the end product, automatically right? Cost of that means demand will be increased for the respective end product. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? So this is exactly the meaning of like what there less memory consumption. If it is less memory consumption, automatically we can understand like what there less cost for the end product. Less memory consumption is nothing but what there less cost for the end product. This is another thinking of Sun Microsystems for its simple programming language. Right, sir. Now let's move on to the next one. Less power consumption. Sir, all of you are okay? All of you are following the points what I'm telling to you? Simple points only. No need to think too much about these points here. Very, very simple points only here we have to understand. Okay. Right, sir. Now 1 minute. So less power consumption here we have to understand. So what is this actually? What is the meaning of this less power consumption now? What you are thinking there? I will give some point. Try to understand it. For example, I have taken remote controller. Okay, before this example, I'm asking one more thing. Try to answer for it. Put your common sense. Simple question. Now tell me, what is your regular daily schedule, day-to-day activities, what you are having there? Early morning, at what time you used to wake up? Yes, sir. Early morning, at what time you used to wake up? 10 o'clock, right? 10 o'clock is not early morning. Afternoon. 6 o'clock. 6 hour, okay, fine. I'm not asking to girls now. I'm asking boys only. In my class, they will question for boys only. No questions for girls. Simple. You have to listen it. That's it. Okay. Now, observe care. So, at 6 o'clock, you used to wake up. Good, nice. If you wake up really 6 o'clock, it will be great of you. Really, I'm telling you. I know about your status there. Up to night 1 o'clock, WhatsApp status is no online. There is a chance of like waking up at 6 o'clock. No, not possible. Okay. Anyway, but here I want to give one suggestion, guys. Really, I'm following that. That's why I'm giving that suggestion. Otherwise, I'm not going to give suggestions to you. Really, I'm giving suggestion, both boys and girls, wherever it may be. Just 1 minute of time. I need to motivate in this place also now. Whatever the age you are having at present, this is golden period. Really, I'm telling them. 18 years to up to 27, 28, 30, up to the 30 max is a golden era, golden period throughout your life. Before 18, after 30, totally different situations. 18 to 30 years of time is there now. Really speaking, 15 years onwards, strictly speaking. This time is a golden period. Within this period of time, you can do anything, miracles. Anything is possible. After 30 years of time, we will do in the future. Before 15 years of time, we don't know what we have to do. But this time is a golden period. Understand it clearly. In this time only anything we can achieve. Okay. One more point I'm telling there. After 30 years of time, if you want to see good health for you, right from 15 years or 18 years onwards, we have to do some plan. If you're not having any plan for it, after 30 years of time, that effect is going to be happen. Really, I observed clearly this point here. That's why I'm giving now. Nowadays, in outside, most of the people are affected with diabetic, BP in a very, very low stage. Understand it what I'm telling here? At the age of 30, people are getting diabetic. At the age of 35, people are getting this kind of problem here. That's why 1 minute I'm taking your time. I'm giving information to you. So don't neglect that your day-to-day life also. I'm giving clarity. So I have a plan. I'm telling that plan to you. We are following or not is a secondary. But giving information is my responsibility. So I'm giving that information to you. So physical exercise is a mandatory for everybody. Why? Because the food what you are taking at present, it is not at all suggestible, but we don't have any alternative. We have to take that food. With this food only we have to survive, but it is not good. But still we have to sense about your health. It will not give effect immediately. After 30, after 35, that effect will come. So what we have to do? I'm suggesting everybody, whether you are following or not, secondary, but my responsibility, I'm telling you, physical exercise, everybody minimum 1 hour is mandatory throughout the day. Physical exercise in the sense, sir, from my home, I'm walking to the institute and I'm leaving from institute, like, no. Early morning, best time, 5 to 6 o'clock. 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock is the best time. Try to go for physical exercise. It may be anything. I'm not saying that only gym. I'm not saying that other thing. At least if you don't want to join for the gym, gym is suggestible, no issues, no second thought of it, but continuity is important. 1 month of time going there, just after that stopping in a sense, not possible. Unnecessary problems will come. Otherwise, the best simple thing is what there, jogging. Run fastly. Run fastly. At early morning 5 to 6, all streets are vacant in Hyderabad. One round we can do that entire Amirpet. Run fastly, no issues. Nobody, no number of students, number of people are doing the same thing. If you are unable to run, walk fastly. Brisk walking. Brisk walking. Walk fastly. Really, I'm telling them. So 1 hour, if you do that, in the first 2 to 3 days of time, you may get difficult, Fourth day onwards, you will be habituated for it. But you can see, we can identify the easiness in our body. Every day, 1 hour, if you walk fastly, with almost one bottle of water, after that, you can see activeness in our body. Sure. Yeah, really, I'm following that. That's why I'm giving information. Every day, my target is 12 kilometers to 15 kilometers is a walking time. Yeah, I'm walking at present. At early morning, minimum 5.5 to 6 kilometers I'm walking. Night after 10, again 5 to 6 kilometers I'm walking there. Meanwhile, I'm coming to the institute, I'm going outside of institute, almost 4 kilometers I used to cover. Minimum 12 kilometers to 15 kilometers I want to walk. Already I'm doing that. Activeness we are able to get. Even in some days now, in Sundays lifts are not working there in the Maitrivanam. Fastly I'm going to take the steps now, but along with me some students are coming there, but they're having some, see, their situation is totally different, but I'm able to walk. So anyway, that my status, just leave it. Suggesting to you, maintain proper diet, minimum 1 hour exercise is mandatory. Then if you walk continuously, minimum 1 hour every day, if you do this habituation, after 30 years we will not get any problems. Up to 60 years it will be guaranteed one. After 60 years of time, maybe that situation is different. So everything is in our hands only. That's what I'm telling there. If it is a case, try to start immediately. I'm not giving any force, just information I'm passing there. Moreover, I'm doing the same thing. I'm identifying the results. Clear cut information that I'm telling you. But even weight loss is also be going on. Of course, nobody's having any problem like that. But I'm telling that it's a healthful. Okay, right. Leave this one here. Now coming to our points. What I'm telling to you. Yeah, coming to our content here. So what I'm telling there, less power consumption. We have remote controller. Okay, before that, I need to take one example. Everybody understand it, no? You are the person, day to day, regular activities we are having there. At 6 o'clock, we used to wake up. Naturally, on your bed, you are sleeping. Am I right or not? When the time is 6 o'clock, automatically, you used to wake up, you will get out from your bed there. I'll go to the brush. Okay, brush and bath, okay, completed. Then after that, at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, you used to take breakfast. For example, you're taking that breakfast. How's that? Okay, after that, at 11:30 in the sense at 11 o'clock, you used to start at your place, no? By 11:30, you are coming here, you are attending the class. At 1 o'clock, I'm going to stop your class. You are going to leave from the classroom there at 1 o'clock. Again, you'll go to the lunch. You may complete that lunch. After that, you may go for bed again. Or else maybe you may go for some other work. At 5 o'clock, maybe snacks or tea. Maybe at 8 or 8:30 or maybe 9 o'clock, you used to go for dinner. Don't go for any post-dinner, pre-dinner. It's not at all good thing. No. But some conventions are going on. The two worst thing is before lunch and after lunch, pre-lunch and post-lunch. Other conventions are going on. Leave it, whatever it may be. So here my question is, when the time is 1 o'clock, we are moving for lunch. Who has given that information to you? Why we are doing that activity automatically? At night 8:30, used to go for dinner. Who has given that information to you? Why we are taking the dinner exactly by 8:30? We are getting some hungriness in our stomach there. We sense it, right? But who has given that information? Who has identified that information? And who has given information to you? Go to the kitchen room and take some food. It's brain. That every activity was identified by brain, and it is giving that intimation to the that intimation is given by brain. Say for example, best example, at 1 o'clock when I finish my class now, automatically you are might be coming out and you are standing from the chair and you are leaving outside of the class or not. How do you recognize it? How do you do this particular work? When I complete my class there, your brain is thinking about it or not? Your brain sense it. Okay, now class is completed. Immediately your brain is giving information to your hands and legs. Your brain is giving information to your hands and legs. What it is giving there? Okay, class is over. Now we can stand. You can stand if you want to stand there, immediately giving some intersection to the legs and intersection to the hands. With the support of legs and hands, you are standing and you are moving outside now. So here we have to recognize your brain is a software, your hands, your legs, your mouth and all the things are hardware components. Yourself is a computer. In the computer, software is there. Along with the software, hardware components are available. Not only computer, remote controller, I'm telling there, it is like your body. Here also be software is available, hardware is available. When my class is completed, your software is recognized it and passing information to the hardware components. Now hardware components are doing physical activity. When I click on 7.2 on my remote controller, inside the remote controller there is a software which identify the user interest. Then immediately it passes information to the hardware component inside the remote controller. Hardware component is doing that physical action, switching the channel. In the remote controller, for example, red color button is available. What is that red color button? No, come on, switch off the TV set. The red color button is there. When I click on red color button, internally software recognizing my activity and immediately software is giving intimation to the hardware component. Immediately hardware component will switch off the TV set. So altogether, what's the point I'm telling there? In every electronic device, two components are required mandatory. One is a software component, other one is what? The hardware component. Now tell me, first a software component will recognize the content and it will pass information to it will give instructions to the hardware components. Hardware components will perform the physical activities. All of you are following or not? Okay, now observe carefully the point. No, software and hardware both are having very good interaction. Frequently both are interacting. Both are having frequent interaction. Automatically energy consumption will be more. When software and hardware both are having very good interaction, frequent interaction, see, to perform some activity, energy is required or not? AC or DC, whatever it may be, some energy is required or not? Okay, when the software and hardware both are interacting each other, where definitely some energy consumption is required or not? Is going on or not? That energy consumption is nothing but power consumption here. Not like our electricity bill, no. Power consumption in the sense what there? Energy consumption. When a software and hardware both are having frequent interaction, automatically energy source, energy consumption is going to be happen. Okay, in the remote controller, what is the energy consumption? What is the energy source now? The batteries. In the remote controller, batteries are the energy source or not? If that interaction is more, battery consumption is more. If the interaction is less, battery consumption is less. If battery consumption is more, for every 3 months of time we have to change the battery or not? For energy consumption is less, for every 6 months of time we are going to change the battery or not? Now tell me, which one is a more cost for us? For every 3 months of time, for every 6 months of time? For every 3 months of time, more cost. For every 6 months of time, less cost. Means that maintenance cost problems are coming or not? Maintenance cost issue is coming or not? If we, in general, we used to change the battery for every 6 months. Maintenance cost of a particular product for every 6 months is 100 rupees. But if energy consumption is more, Instead of for every 6 months of time, for every 3 months of time, if we change the battery, automatically maintenance cost will be reduced or not? Sorry, maintenance cost will be increased or not? So here the point what I'm telling there, less power consumption is nothing but what there, lesser maintenance cost, lesser maintenance cost of the end product, maintenance cost of the end product will be reduced. If more energy consumption, more maintenance cost will come. By thinking about this one, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a simple programming language. Part of that simple, they want to have lesser energy consumption, less hardware interaction they want to provide. That's why they want to say, because of these reasons, they're concluding that their programming language is what there, a simple programming language. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? So because of that reason, that programming language is what there, a simple programming language. Okay, fine, clear. This is the meaning of simple. Again and again I'm telling there, in the future also I will ask this question, no? But here itself we have to remember this. What are the three main features of the Java? Simple, type-coded, architecture neutral. What is the meaning of simple programming language? Again, three parts. What are the 3 points now? Less execution time, less memory consumption, less power consumption. Instead of saying power, if you want to say less energy consumption, it's okay, well and good. But both are same. Understand it clearly. Following or not? All right. Next one is, what is the next one, sir? Now tell me. Tight coded. All of you put more concentration. Right. I know that you are very good at C programming language. Am I right? No response. Good or not? Okay. At least minimum idea. Even leave this C programming language. Data structures you are aware. In BTech first year, for everybody, the subject is available. Data structures. MCA, BTech and degree also. Data structures, there is a subject. Now tell me, what is one of the well-known data structure? Well-known data structure. Everybody knows about it. Stack, no? Am I right or not? Stack is not aware by you. Stack, linked list. What next one? Queue, trees, graphs. All these are data structures only, right? Okay, I don't require all the information. Just stack is sufficient for me. Listen carefully. What are the various operations in a stack actually? 2 operations, okay. Everybody knows about it. What are the 2 operations? No, push. What is the meaning of push? No, insert an element. Okay, good. Then what next one can now tell me? Pop. Pop is what there? Read and remove. Not only read and remove. All right, sir. But in general, one more option is available, but in general, people are not following that. That is what their peak. 3 operations are available with the stack: push, pop, and peak. Observe carefully. For example, if you want to perform stack operations in C and C++, or for example C, then here to write code for this push operation, it will take nearly 20 lines of code. To implement push operation in a stack, no, on an average 20 lines of code we are able to take. To perform push operation, remove and read and remove, again one more 20 lines of code. Peak operation, what is the meaning of peak operation? Just I want to know what is the top of the element. I don't want to remove it, just I want to read it. Read top of the element. That is called as what their peak. To perform this, there we have to check what their 20 lines of code. Now tell me, on an average, overall, how many instructions here we have to use to perform the stack operations? No, on an average, 60 lines of code here we are going to use. In which programming language? No? C and C++. On an average, 60 lines of code here we have to provide. For example, in Java, I'm telling you, now observe carefully. In Java, to perform stack operations, what we have to do? Stack is a predefined class in Java. Stack is what there? Predefined class. Stack S is equal to new stack. S dot push, a predefined method is available. Finish, my push operation is completed. S dot pop, finish, my pop operation is completed. S dot peak, finish, my peak operation is completed. Now tell me altogether overall, how many things here we covered here? That means now how many number of finish sections here we provided here? Now observe carefully. If you observe this point here, now I'm telling to you an overall total lines of code in the case of Java is what there 4 lines of code. How many lines of code here? 4 lines of code here we are getting. All of you understand these points clearly, everybody? Observe carefully the points here what I am telling to you. 4 lines of code here we have taken in the case of like what there? Java. Now the conclusion here I'm telling there, observe carefully. If any programming language takes more number of instructions, if any programming language takes more number of instructions to implement a particular requirement, then that programming language is called more number of instructions I'm telling there is called loose coded programming language. Loose coded programming language. As all of you observe carefully. If any programming language takes more number of instructions to implement a particular requirement, then that programming language is called as what there? Loose coded programming language. Okay. Example, I'm telling to you C and C++. We can say that example here I'm telling you. Okay, now I'm giving some clarity. Now try to understand it clearly. What is the meaning of this tight coded programming language? I'm giving clarity now. If any programming language takes less instructions, if any programming language takes less instructions to implement a particular requirement, then that programming language is called tight coded programming language. Loose coded programming language, tight coded programming language. Right, sir. Now example is like what there? Java is a tight coded programming language. Of course, Python, tight coded programming language. And Java here are given that punch. So Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It should be a tight coded programming language. Means that with a less number of instructions, particular requirement has to be completed. Within less number of instructions, that particular requirement has to be completed. So Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It should be what there? Tight coded programming language. Yes, sir. All of you are getting it or not? Fine, very good. It's okay, fine. Then what's the last one here? No, architectural neutral programming language. All of you observe carefully. Understand it, no? Architectural neutral programming language. Observe this point, all of you know. Just casual, I'm asking one question to you, try to answer for it. Even it may be the answer for some of your questions in your mind. How many of you are related to computer science from this group? How many of you are related to computer science? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, 14, 15. Max 15 members. How many of you are non-computer science background? Please raise your hands. Non-computer science background. Please come on, raise your hands. Yeah, more members. This is enough, right? So one point I'm telling you. It's a conclusion. Just remember this point. So who are more members here? Computer science or non-computer science? Non-computer science members are more members. We can take the same ratio in everywhere, throughout India. Same thing is going on here. Example, what I'm telling to you. Don't think about it. Only computer science students are eligible for software industry. No. If any company wants to take only computer science students in there, no, or else maybe if all companies wants to take only computer science students in their companies, no, if all members are thinking like that, I'm giving clarity here itself. No, 75% of the companies have to be closed. In every company, computers and students are only 10 to 15% is only. Remaining 75 to 80% of the people are from non-computer science only. Software industry is an open platform for every graduate. No, don't think about it. Only computer science students are getting highest priority. Other people are not having highest priority. Sundar Pichai is not a computer science person. He is from some other mechanical or some other background. The topmost people will also be not from computer science, from some other background. But it doesn't mean computer science students are not having good priority. It means that equal priority. It means that equal priority. That depends on your worth. Okay. Here my point is what? You understood that this point clearly, right? Even if you have any doubt, myself is a civil engineer. Am I suitable for software industry or not? Today itself we have to come out from that opinion. Everybody is eligible for software industry. Nowadays maybe degree people are also attending the interviews. I'm expecting there maybe within 4 or 5 years of time, the companies will conduct their campus drives in Narayana Junior College or Basham Public School maybe. Sure, maybe chances. You're not aware about it. In CBSE syllabus, no, 10th class students are writing Java programs effectively, even more than me. They had data structures, algorithms topic there. They're preparing programming for data structures and algorithms. Understand my point or not? So maybe the chances are going to be happen. You're not aware about it. The very good companies are hiring the people right from 10th class. They are providing their own training right from 10th class. They started their schools also. Techno schools are available there. Some companies have started their own schools right from 5th class, 6th class onwards. They are giving their own syllabus. They are preparing the resources in their own way. HCL was started already. As per my concentration, as per my awareness, HCL was started already that all companies they are having their own syllabus and their own academic career. A student is selected for that, automatically the student path is totally towards what there, that software training only, software courses only. Yeah, it's okay. That's a different environment. I'm telling you. Now let's move on to the points here. My example is what there. For example, now today I'm taking Java classes now. Demo classes I'm taking there. If I put a board in outside of my class, only computer sciences students are eligible to attend my classes. If I put that board, now you only tell me how many members can sit inside my class now? Less members or more members now? Less members now. If I put a board in outside there, any graduate can attend my class there. Any graduate can attend my class there. Then we can see how many members there, more members we can identify. Understand the point here? More members here we can identify. So myself is bounded to a particular group, demand is less for me. If myself is available for more members, no, demand will be more. Say for example, if myself is for only computer science students, no, less demand is going on. If myself is available for more members there, automatically more demand is available for my classes. Am I right or not? Just it is a common sense, sir. Now I'm not talking about any rocket science. It's a common sense related point. Similarly, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a programming language. It must not be bounded with any one particular hardware system. It must be available to every hardware system. Means that it must allow its applications to run under all the hardware systems. It must not bound with any particular device or particular hardware system. Officially we can say that nowadays Java is a programming language. Nearly 3 billion devices runs Java. How many devices? No, 3 billion different types of devices runs Java, which includes computers, which includes mobile phones, which includes parking meters, which include traffic signaling system, which includes might be CC cameras, which includes might be a number of devices now. 3 billion devices as of now, different types of devices they are using Java. Say, if Sun Microsystems people have prepared Java, it is bounded with only computer hardware, not available to other hardware. Where is the chance of exploring Java to outside? Why Java is getting this much of demand? Get my point or not? By having this kind of thinking, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It should not bond with a particular hardware system. It must be available to every hardware system. It must allow to execute its applications under all the hardware systems. That's why they're given the feature is what their architectural neutral programming language. The Sun Microsystems wants to prepare their new programming language. It must be compatible with all the hardware systems. Then only it has very good demand. To be frank, nowadays, today, Java is getting very good demand because of this reason only. For example, if it is bounded with only computers, no, only computer related people only can use that. Other domain people will not come here. Simple, automatically demand will be less. But Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It must be available to every user. That means in every hardware system, it must be used. In that way, Sun Microsystems has provided architectural neutral. That means the point here I'm telling there, it allows its applications to run under all the hardware systems. It allows to execute its applications to run under all the hardware systems in order to indirectly, automatically, in order to increase its demand. When the programming language demand is increased, utilization will be increased. When utilization is increased more, automatically business is going to be more. Am I right or not? Okay, in the point of business if we talk now, but in general, to get good demand for our new programming language, it must be available to everybody. In every hardware system, it must run its applications. All of you are following or not? That's why this is like what their architectural neutral programming language. Right, sir. Finally, paper plan is completed. Still we are at which year? Still we are in which year? 1991 only. Even single day also we not passed. Just the thought of it, what they want to implement. What they want to implement and what they want to provide, just the thought of it. That's it. Okay, just three features. Now tell me guys, what are the three features now? First one is what there? Simple. Next one is what there? Tight coded. Next one is what there? Architectural neutral. What is simple now? Tell me. Come on. Simple in the sense again three. What are the three now? Less execution time, less memory, less power consumption. Okay, what is the meaning of tight coded? Less number of instructions, more implementation. Less code, more implementation. What is the meaning of architectural neutral? Compatible with all hardware systems, not bounded with any one hardware system. Come again. What are the three features that Sun Microsystems wants to see? Simple, tight coded, architectural neutral. What is the meaning of simple? Less execution time, less memory, less power consumption. What is the meaning of tight coded? Less number of instructions, more implementation. What's the meaning of architectural neutral? Allow its applications to run under all the hardware systems, available to every hardware system. That's the meaning of what there? Architectural neutral. Right. Unfortunately, time is not sufficient today. Today I have to complete this part here, but at least tomorrow we'll complete it, and tomorrow we will start the second topic, differences between Java and others. But quite interesting this part here, but nobody will ask questions on this, no. But just it is for the sake of our awareness purpose only. I'm giving this concept here, and tomorrow, max within first half an hour, I will complete this entire Java history. Next onwards, I'll start directly the technical concepts like how Java is different from C and C++. How Java is a good programming language, very good programming language, when compared with the C and C++. These points we are going to understand in tomorrow, right? Right, sir. That's all for today. Then we'll meet on tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll see the remaining content. Thank you. Thanks a lot. This syllabus is for only core Java, not for advanced Java. Guys, you are able to get the content or total syllabus of this entire full stack through mail. Please check that mail continuously. That we are able to get the total syllabus for the mail. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. Tomorrow at the same time, same link we can use to attend for the classes. Thank you.